Can plasma make food safer? Well, it's a really broad topic, so let's take a shallow dive into this one. Hello, my name is Greg Friedman. I'm a PhD bioengineer focused on electric discharges, plasmas, and I've been working in plasma in agriculture and food safety for longer than I care to admit. Let's just leave it there. So can plasma make food safer? All right, let's classify this because this is a very broad topic. Let's classify three types of non-equilibrium, strongly non-equilibrium atmospheric pressure plasma systems, cold plasmas. Let's classify them into three categories, and let's classify food while we're at it as well. So plasma, if you're making it in air, which is the cheapest of the alternatives, right? Humid air in the environment, the air that surrounds us, well, plasma can be considered dry process. So plasma without any additives will give you strongly reactive chemistry that can be very good antimicrobial, disruptor of biofilms, bacteria, fungal, live fungus, fungal spores, mold spores, viruses, and all sorts of things like that. Dry processing plasmas, one type. Another type of plasma is if you start adding fluids, either just water droplets or water vapor, or perhaps alcohols that significantly enhance production of OH radicals and hydrogen peroxide. You can add hydrogen peroxide together with plasma, or you can add cool things like we've done over the years, different kinds of chemistries that are photoactivated or activated by oxidation by plasma species, enhancing the effect. So there is dry plasma, there is moist plasma, and there is plasma as replacement for bleach. So you can plasma treat liquids and use those liquids instead of bleach. Now, foods, same. There are foods that cannot be processed using liquids, for example, dry grains or coffee beans or spices. It's my favorite one in that category. So there are foods that require dry processing. There are foods that require low temperature processing, like milk and eggs, those kinds of things. Some food products can take on a bit of temperature and some can be fully submerged in liquid. So, and at the end of the day, your food goes into packaging, right? Well, to begin with, it needs to be harvested safely. So if you take lettuce, for example, there is potential contamination from birds pooping onto the lettuce. So you can use plasma to make food safer by killing pathogens, by addressing the problem at the very, very source, at where the food is grown. You can also use plasma as the food is harvested and put into the initial trucks. A lot of times you harvest, like for example, if you're doing your harvesting in Yuma, Arizona, in the middle of the season, it's like 100 Fahrenheit outside, so food needs to be chilled. Fresh produce needs to be chilled rapidly, and during that chilling process, the way the chilling is done, frequently there's a lot of mixing and potential for cross-contamination. So plasma, it's a Pandora's box. Plasma can be used in very, very, very many places during harvesting, processing, transportation, packaging. You can use plasma to put coatings on the package to prevent bacterial growth. We even did when you buy chicken, it comes in this plastic package and it's sitting on that little diaper. So we even developed plasma gel that you would put into that diaper, and the gel makes it strongly antimicrobial diaper. So if you have some salmonella on the chicken, just contacting the diaper will not only prevent growth, will kill it. My favorite application of plasma in food safety is, before I reveal that one, It's a big topic, plasma in food safety, so I hope you have some specific questions for me. In general, plasma can make almost any food a heck of a lot safer. And plasma is electronic process. You can turn it on and off really fast. You can couple it with computer vision. There are even, robotic systems that walk around the field spotting problems and using plasma to treat that problem. Now, my favorite, it's kind of cool. You can take droplets, water droplets, pass them through plasma, and these droplets gain reactive species that dissolve into the droplet. Now, this droplet is now strongly antimicrobial. So now take this air with droplets and pass it through a freezer with your strawberries. The droplets will sit in a strawberry and become snowflakes, ice. So now you have flash frozen strawberries that you can transport, and as long as they remain frozen, you have these droplets with antimicrobials in them. And antimicrobials are just hydrogen peroxide and peroxynitrite. And the moment you defrost the strawberries, these antimicrobials are released and kill all the bacteria. So as long as the strawberry remains frozen, bacteria may or may not be on the surface, but when you unfreeze it, whatever was on the surface is killed during the unfreezing process. And when it's unfrozen, nice and ready to eat, you eat it and it's safe. So there are lots of applications, potential applications of plasma in food safety. I'm happy to chat about specific ones, and it's a very, very broad field. If you use Google Scholar to Google plasma food safety, I bet you it's more than 10,000 articles. Check it out. I'll do it right after this video. See which one gets the number right. Anyway, love chatting about plasma-related things and anything science. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Peace. I'll see you in the next video.